as you're constantly staring at yourself in the confidence monitor while you're on your virtual calls, have you noticed a little bit of loss of firmness in your face that you wonder if there's anything you can do for that? Of course, there's so many things on the market. You can get injections, but suppose needles are not for you. Ever heard of collagen? Of course you have. The market is inundated with different kinds of collagen supplements, but how do you choose? And are they really good for you? And do you really need them? Well, today in the Waist Up Wardrobe show, we have a 2-expert panel, a licensed esthetician and a healthy living expert who are going to share all the answers to the questions you have about collagen, how it's important for us, and where can you find the right one and how to choose. But you know the drill. If you want to learn what they have to say, you're going to have to stick around to find out. Welcome to Waist Up Wardrobe. I'm Christine Vartanian, a civil engineer and attorney turned personal style expert and image consultant. As the founder of Jade for All Seasons, I am passionate about unveiling the inner confidence of my clients by developing their personal style. But is getting dressed up still important in our virtual world? Well, that's where my experience can help with what I call Waist Up Wardrobe. Waist Up Wardrobe is a podcast for all things you need to conduct an outstanding Zoom meeting. It's about how to dress for the camera, but it's not just about the clothes. It's about everything you need to know to show up on brand and professionally for the camera. Join me in the Waist Up Wardrobe studio to discuss how to navigate this virtual world and dominate from behind the desk. Hi, Virtual Nation. Thank you for joining us for yet another episode of Waist Up Wardrobe, episode 37. And we are here to really bring you everything you need to know when you are showing up now in your virtual office all the time. When you're on camera, you really have to pay attention to how you're showing up in this box. And it's really, really important to figure out all the building blocks that go into having a super professional and successful Zoom room. Today, you're in for a treat because I get a lot of questions about, how to enhance the way you show up on camera in terms of from a beauty perspective, makeup and skincare, but also the aging process, right? Obviously, most of us want to age gracefully, and most of us do, but there's always some times where you want to just enhance the way you look and feel. So today we're going to be talking about collagen supplements for the camera. And to help me do that today, I have 2 special guests who will talk to us about the collagen supplements from different perspectives. But before we go there, please ask your questions. This is an opportunity to get all your questions answered about collagen, why it might be important, if it's for you, and how to choose. Because like I said in the open of the show, the market is flooded with things, supplements on collagen and many other things that makes us so confused. We don't even know how to choose. Today, we might just have the answers for you. But before I get started, I want to thank my very awesome producer, who is the wing beneath the wings of the show, Rick Moscoso. He's always in the green room, in the production room, making everything happen. So thank you, Rick, for always making this an outstanding show and helping me tackle technology, which is something I never, ever want to have to deal with. So I want to get started by introducing my first guest and talking about her amazing credibility and amazing things that she's done, because today we're going to be talking about this topic from a science perspective and also from, a healthy living perspective and an appearance aesthetic perspective. That is just, I want to be able to answer the questions for all types of people who are really want to know the science and the people who want to know the health aspect. And really tackle choices of how to choose collagen or any other supplements, really. So I'm going to start with Maggie Cathy. Maggie has been in the beauty industry for 15 years, and she actually has been on the show before. But what is remarkable about her work is that she understands skin from the inside out. Not only is she a makeup artist and executive beauty coach, but she is also a licensed esthetician, which makes her the ultimate authority on all things skin, starting with keeping it healthy and then enhancing it with makeup. And that's what I love about Maggie. She's not just somebody who comes and applies makeup. She knows what is going on with your skin. She understands it, and she knows how to give you answers to your challenges when it comes to your skin. Maggie specializes in educating her clients, whether through beauty coaching programs, skin coaching, or just through the content she produces for her platforms. Maggie has a passion for science and continuing to learn throughout her career, so she can provide her clients with the best products, services, and knowledge she possibly can. So please help me welcome Maggie Cathy to the show.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Maggie. It's nice to have you back. I am so excited to have this conversation. You have educated me so much on this topic. I'm just a curious person who is like a lifelong learner. And when I recommend somebody, I know you shared the same thing. When I recommend somebody to something, I want to make sure that I feel responsible for it in a way. I feel responsible for their outcome. So I want to make sure that I have it on good authority. So thank you for joining us today to tell us all about this topic. Okay, I also want to introduce my other guest, Marisa Campbell. Marisa DeRosa Campbell is a healthy lifestyle expert, nutritional cleansing coach, and luxury lifestyle advisor. She helps people break the food and nutrition patterns that blind them so they can become the highest versions of themselves to create the businesses, relationships, and lives of their dreams. She does this through her powerful and practical process, a nutritional cleansing, healthy lifestyle reset, which elevates prosperity, fulfillment, and happiness to new and incredible heights. Marisa is a celebrated former restaurateur. She is leading a major movement in nutrition, self-worth, empowerment, and success for visionary leaders, entrepreneurs, and the automotive enthusiasts, because she is part of this amazing community. She has now coached and supported over 3,500 individuals into their best lives. And her new collagen elixir is the latest addition to her affordable luxury skin nutrition for her clients. So please help me welcome Marisa Campbell to the show. Marisa and Maggie, you both know each other very well. And I love that we get to join forces here today to really give our audience all the information that they have always or ever wanted to really be able to choose a great product, but not also that, to understand better how and why they might need supplements for their healthy living. So I want to start off with just asking Maggie, because you're a licensed esthetician, I really respect your opinion when it comes to science. I know you have the secret passion for really understanding everything from the foundation up and scientifically. And I love how you always explain things from a science perspective. Can you just define collagen for us as a beginning point?
Sure. Yeah. So I want to start by saying that, I have been sort of doing some extra research on collagen for probably, over a year now. Obviously, I have some basis of knowledge on that from my schooling and just as a licensed esthetician. But I've been doing research a lot more because, as we know, it is everywhere, right? There are products everywhere, all over the market. I have a lot of clients that were coming to me, asking me questions, using different, products here and there. And so I was looking into each and every one of those because I always want to be able to, like you said, answer from a science perspective and give people the best recommendations. So I'm very, very selective. And, you said that a little bit as well, Christine, but yeah, just to reiterate that I'm very selective with what I choose, and, companies that I align with and products that I choose and recommend to clients. So the basics of collagen, okay? Collagen is a protein, okay? That's the simplest way to say it. It is the most abundant protein in our body. If you think of your cells like bricks, we like to say, the collagen is kind of like the mortar that holds them all together or builds them up, so to speak. And just like with buildings, as we age, our mortar starts to crumble. And we see the evidence of that in our bodies, on our skin, all the ways of natural aging and how that happens. So there are at least 16 different types of collagen, but 80 to 90% of the collagen in our bodies is type 1, 2, and 3. So when I talk about collagen with people, most of the time I'm focusing on those three because they're, sort of the main ones. And I find that a lot of people don't know about, a lot of the different types. So I'm going to give you kind of the general overview of types 1 through 3 for today. So type 1 is found in our hair, skin, nails, our bones, our blood vessel walls, as well as connective tissues and our more fibrous cartilage. So our harder, more firm cartilage in our body. Okay. It's also found in scar tissue. So it kind of suggests that it can aid in wound healing as well. The best, it's said that the best collagen for beauty, I like to say for all things beauty, is type 1, right? That's sort of the holy grail in terms of beauty for our skin, for our bodies in general, is type 1 collagen. We've also found, the scientific community has also found that marine type 1 collagen is the most like our human type 1 collagen. So it most closely mimics that. Although there are a lot of different collagens out there in terms of supplements, bovine collagen, porcine collagen, chicken collagen, as well as marine collagen, we've found that marine type 1 is the most like our human type 1. So that's sort of the basics for type 1. Type 2 is found in our more elastic cartilage, so mainly our joints. It is the best type of collagen, the best support for our joint health. Okay. Type 3 is often found alongside type 1, just in smaller quantities. So type 3 provides and improves the structure for our muscles, our organs, and our blood vessels. It's also abundant in the intestines. So type 3 is kind of it's a much less quantity in our bodies than, let's say, type 1. Type 1 is the most abundant, and then type 2 and type 3 are kind of lesser. So some other general collagen facts, because trying to give you guys sort of the overview, some other general collagen facts from an esthetician standpoint. So we like to talk about, when you're talking about a collagen product, let's say, like something we would put on the skin. There are certain types of collagen products that can be helpful. I have a collagen serum that I use from my spa line that I use, and it's great. It is soluble collagen, so it can get a little bit more absorbed into your skin. However, the general sort of belief is that the general idea is that collagen, when it's put on externally, it's sort of, I call it more like a Band-Aid, right? It's sort of, while it's on your skin, it's doing some things for you. It's not being absorbed and like helping your own collagen synthesis or collagen production, which is what we really are needing in terms of aging, in terms of our health. So, while putting a collagen product on your skin can be nice, and I will, I use a collagen serum, it's great, but it's not doing a ton for you in the long run. Okay. So what we really want is to be either ingesting a really, really good bioavailable product, or to be helping our own natural synthesis of collagen, right? So creating, helping support our body to make its own collagen, because that is the best that we can do. So I like, just a side note, I like to use things like light stim, which I've talked about before, a light therapy, which can help, and Marisa uses it, she knows, which can help with your own production of collagen. It's helping support that. But when we're talking about products, and especially ingesting, there's, some things that are worth noting, which is one, liquid collagen, which is definitely more bioavailable than, let's say, powdered or something like that, is very fragile. Collagen oxidizes very, very easily. So that is always something that we need to be keeping in mind when we're talking and looking at collagen and collagen products. The other thing is that the clinical dosage of collagen that has been found scientifically to have a sort of effect, right, to be able to see an effect on your body, is 4 grams. So that's just sort of a general mindset to keep in mind as we continue talking about different products and supplements and all that stuff. So
okay, so that is a lot. That's a wealth of information. It is a lot of information, but
we're done, right? That's the end of the show.
But I love how you broke it down for ease of understanding. I mean, Amber Jackson is on, and she's saying that's really good to know. We have Lisa is here saying hello and hi to Maggie. So we have a lot of people here really dialing in here to really understand the specifics about collagen in general. But I love how you broke it down by types, and that we've really honed in on the 3 types. And And I really appreciated knowing that science. So why do we need it in a nutshell?
Yeah. So, I mean, just like I said, it is one of the main building blocks of our body, our skin, everything really. So, it's going to be helping with hair, skin, nails, your fine lines and wrinkles, your hydration in your skin. We talk about skin health and we often talk about it, as a cosmetic sort of issue, right? But our skin is our body's largest organ. It is so much more than just fine lines and wrinkles. It is about your whole body's health. It's easy to overlook skin, I think, right? We just think about it like, oh, that's vanity, or that's, cosmetic. We just want to look pretty, but it's not. That's not what it is or what it's about. It is a much deeper overall health issue. So we need it for everything, just like anything in our body, just like water, just like food, just like different, supplements and proteins and iron and all those things. We need collagen, just as much.
100%. I really appreciate that because, a lot of the work that I do, not just when it comes to styling, it can be viewed and perceived as superficial. But I don't think people realize how much really caring for the outside is really uplifting inside. And that's what I love, and how aligned I am with you, Maggie, is that you understand that, taking care of your skin and applying makeup to better enhance your features is not about vanity. It's about how it makes you feel, and it's about how to keep yourself healthy. And I love that you've emphasized that, skin is our biggest organ. So when you look at it that way, and you look at it as health insurance rather than vanity, yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. It makes a lot of sense. And then you can completely refute the idea that this is about vanity. PK Odell is here. Excellent information. She's really enjoying this. And yes, we have men in the chat. Doug and George, thank you for joining us. We're really excited that you're here. We're going to be talking about the gentlemen too and giving them tips. So here's one thing I want to say. For me, when I choose supplements, what confuses me is that the market is flooded. There are so many out there on the market. Would you agree, Marisa? There's just so many. So I end up trying to try a supplement, and then I'm like, I'm not doing this. This is too confusing. I don't know what's good. I don't know what's bad. I mean, everybody's claiming they're the best. Can you really briefly tell us why, how to choose that product, and the product that you use, why you think it's superior?
Yeah. So it absolutely. I mean, Marisa and I even said it in all our posts, right? Leading up to this, it's everywhere. It's at Costco and the grocery store and Target and Sprouts, and everyone's selling it. And, how do you choose? And that's generally how I feel about all things skincare, right? That's why I try and give my clients the most information possible. It's like, how do you choose? Ultimately it's about my biggest things would be like, it's about finding somebody that you trust that's giving you information. That's a huge piece. Two, it's about the product, the company, and the ingredients, their integrity, all of those. I look at every single aspect when I'm talking about a product or looking into a product. How is the company? Do I trust the company and their integrity, and their quality? The product itself, what is it? How is it made? How is it sourced? And then what the ingredients are. Are they good ingredients? Do they have integrity? So that's what I'm looking at when I'm looking at any product. It doesn't matter what it is. Yeah. And this product specifically that we're going to get into and talk so much more about today, which is Collagen Elixir. The thing that I really, gravitated towards right away, again, was the science, because to me, everyone knows that's my jam. So when I was able to, listen to these videos, and be on these meetings of people that were, the head scientists for this company, talking about how it was made, how it was produced, what went into the creation of it, 10 years to create this product, that speaks volumes to me. That is what I want to know. I want to know all the science behind it. Don't just tell me it works, right? Don't just tell me, oh, it's going to help with your hair, skin, and nails. Tell me why, and tell me exactly what's in it. So that's what I'll share with you guys, So the biggest thing, the first thing is this product is a liquid type 1 marine collagen. It's responsibly sourced, which we'll get into a little bit more later. There are no preservatives, and it is done in glass bottles, small glass bottles. I have one here. Look how cute.
Oh, let me see it.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
And it makes you beautiful too.
Yes, I know. It's so beautiful. So it is. Yes. Marissa's got hers too. So it's done in glass bottles, which again, we're going to talk more about that a little bit later, why that's important. But aside from all those things, the product itself is extraordinary. Okay. So the collagen itself is sourced from cod, pollock, and haddock fish off the coast of Scandinavia. It uses collagen peptides, which are a little bit smaller. So they're actually easier for your body to absorb. Again, I talked about bioavailability in the beginning. That's a huge piece when we're talking about collagen. How is it going to be absorbed into your body? When we're looking at something like a powder versus a liquid, powder is not saying that powdered collagen doesn't work. You can absolutely, absorb a little bit of it, but it's not as bioavailable. It is much harder for your body to absorb and to process. So the collagen peptides makes that a lot easier. There are 5 grams of marine type 1 collagen in this bottle. So like I said, the clinical dosage is 4 grams to have to be showing an effect. So they've put 5 grams in there. It also has goji berry, acerola berry, aloe vera, chamomile, biotin. So all of those things, they probably ring bells in your heads, right? They're all beauty benefits, basically. All great things for us, for our overall health and our beauty health, as I like to say. But the other really big piece of this is that this product has vitamin C and zinc in it. And the reason that's a big deal is because obviously we know vitamin C and zinc is great for our, immune systems. It's great for our body in general. But what vitamin C and zinc does is it helps your body's own natural production of collagen. So not only are you getting the collagen peptides and absorbing that into your body, and it's using what I like to say is it's not taking the collagen and just pasting it where it needs it. That's not what it's doing, right? What it's doing is it's breaking it down into its amino acids. Proteins are just chains of amino acids. So it's breaking it down into those amino acids and then putting them and using them, as they need to be used. So it's doing that, and it's also helping your body's own production of collagen, which is huge. Okay. Because like I said, that's a really important piece. Has 0 added sugar, no preservatives, like I said. So like I said, I'm very picky about my products and about their integrity. So all of that, is a part of that. But to me, it's the science, it's the integrity of the company, the product, and the ingredients.
That's amazing that all that information about the product. Some people just get a product recommended to them and they're like, oh yeah, that's it. They don't really ask questions, but because of the line of work you're in and because you are recommending it to clients and seeing results with them, you feel responsible, like I said earlier, for their results. And I really, really respect that. George is saying, and it tastes delish too. He must be a collagen user. So thank you for that bit of information, because that is definitely a reason to choose it, right?
Yeah. People ask me all the time if it tastes like fish. Actually, that's a common question. And no, it does not taste like fish. It tastes like grape juice, basically.
Interesting. So it's not like you're taking an omega oil.
No.
But let me ask you a random question. Okay. Sure. What's the difference between that and hyaluronic acid?
Hyaluronic acid.
Hyaluronic acid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is there a difference? Or is that part of it?
There is a difference in terms of, what they are and what they do for your body. Hyaluronic acid, like we talked about, we talked about this before, right? I think on a different episode. Anyways.
Yeah. No, because people use it all the time, and it's topical typically. I know people who ingest it and they use it for enhancing skin. And we have talked about it before, but I really feel like with collagen, if I had to choose, it seems like collagen is the one that really works from the inside out more. Am I right? Yeah. Or do you have any?
They would definitely both have their places, right? So, we have both naturally in our body. We need both. They're both fantastic, both great for hydration when you're looking at it from that perspective. Okay. Hyaluronic acid we call it nature's moisturizer, right? So it's a humectant, which means it binds water to itself. So that's why it is great, because it's providing you that moisture. So when we put it on topically, that's what it's doing. It's binding moisture into and under your skin so that you've got that hydration.
Okay.
But again, you would need both of them. And actually a fun fact that we can get into a little bit later is that hyaluronic acid is naturally found in bone broth. So a lot of times, we have other things out there on the market that, people talk about or people look at, I've looked into, and some products are even saying that they have hyaluronic acid as an added benefit. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is that hyaluronic acid is like finding it in bone broth it's like the number one way to find hyaluronic acid because that's where it's naturally found.
Interesting.
So, yeah. So that's just a little, and we'll talk more about that in a little bit when we talk more about products.
I know we weren't setting out to talk about that, but really some of the features and the things that that collagen reminds me of is that. So I didn't know if there was a crossover or if you had an opinion about that. And this is why Maggie's amazing. Right off the cuff, she can tell us the distinction. So thank you, Marisa. Thank you for being here today. I wanted to talk to you a little bit because about the specific collagen that Maggie has begun to use with her clients and is seeing just massive results. And I know that you personally have used it and you have clients and friends and people that use it, and you've seen amazing transformations. So can you share some of those results? Because honestly, I mean, PK Odell here says that her first thought is always show me the science. So we are really,
Amen.
It's really important for that. But you know what? Social proof and pictures, a picture tells 1,000 words. So just tell us. Yes.
Yeah, 1,000%. Well, let's look at some photos. Let's bring some up. Let's bring some up. And we're going to start with some females here. And first I want to lay the groundwork that kind of set the stage with the photographs, okay? Maggie and I are both really particular. Maggie more so. She's actually even educated me on, the integrity of photographs, lighting, all the things that can come into play. So a couple things about these photos before we go in. Number one, these are all people that I know, okay? So they're people that I personally know. They're part of our organization, part of our team, part of our company. Number two, they've been filtered out. Like Maggie and I, we specifically picked the ones that had the proper lighting. She has photography background and all of that. So, all of these photos are of the utmost integrity. So let's get into them. And I know some of these people personally. So let's start with the girl on the left. One of my dear friends, she's out in San Diego. Her name is CG Siddons. Those are her 30-day results. Okay. And CG's in her mid-30s. And you can just see right off the bat, the one thing that strikes me, very, very massively is underneath the eyes, right? Look at the dark circles and how that starts to brighten. We call this the glow product because your skin truly starts to glow. Also the reduction of fine lines, again, on the sides of her eyes, even her smile lines, the jawline is lifted, the skin tone is just much brighter overall.
Brighter.
And just very plump. Right? So gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Second girl is part of our team out in Australia. And that's actually where this product launched, where it first began about 8 months ago. Her name is Cody. And again, 30-day results. Look at the brightness in her skin tone. Maggie, you can tell me the name. Is it rosacea? Is that what that's called?
Yeah, she probably has a bit of rosacea. Definitely.
A little bit of redness that's starting to dissipate. The smile lines are less, what you say, deep.
Prominent, yeah.
Yeah, right. And then also, again, look at that eyes, right? Underneath the eyes in particular, the puffiness, the fine lines, all of those things are starting to diminish. So I love her photograph.
So for me to jump in with this one, that one's interesting to me because I chose this one specifically, this photo specifically, even though the lighting is different in the two photos, which, again, I'm picky about. But the funny thing to me is the lighting is actually, a lot of times the lighting is worse in the before, right? And then it's better in the after. And you're like, wait a second. But in this one, the lighting is actually better in the before and worse in the after. But you can still see that to me, like I'm picky, and you can still see in the after the diminish of the redness, the softness, just the brightening of her skin tone. That to me is the biggest piece. And again, these are 30-day results for both of these ladies.
Yeah. And, the real magic in this product, and Maggie's going to go into this in a little bit, but it's, some people are going to see beautiful results in 30 days, but it's really this gradual experience. And where we're seeing just the most incredible results are somewhere between the day of like day 60 to day 120. And it's really, you know, the consistency in using that product where it just really can start to get to work. Like Maggie said, with all the science, and your body can actually start absorbing it and doing what it's, you know, designed to do.
Yeah, those are really fascinating. Like I said, you know, seeing a picture that tells a story is so powerful. So thank you for sharing those.
Let's show one more. Can we show one more set of pictures? Because I know our next little set is really fascinating to me. Yeah. Marisa, you want to talk about those a little bit?
Sure. So Lindsay, one of my favorite people on the planet, but just look at her glow after 30 days, right? You can also see that that collagen really got to work on the hormonal stuff that was going on and creating the breakout underneath her eyes. Again, you know, the smile lines are not as predominant. Maggie, there's a word I'm searching for. With the, you know, the depthness of those lines starting.
Yeah, they're not as deep. They're not as prominent, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Right. Just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And then if you look on the right, I mean, my goodness, right? And that's such a beautiful illustration of someone that, you know, has been on the products. She had day 73 there, and the darkness, right? The darkness and the glow under the eyes. Again, you can really see the puffiness and the dark circles, you know, going away. I just think it's a great, great illustration.
Yeah, absolutely. And
the fullness of the lips.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I, again, like in terms of integrity, you know, I always do my best to like, I zoom into pictures as much as I can. I'm like, I'm looking at things to make sure, you know, they weren't edited, all that stuff. And not to mention, obviously, like we said, we know these people, we trust that they wouldn't be editing, but I'm looking for that as well, you know, and to me, these two, it's the perfect example of the brightness that's happening and the evening of skin tone. Again, that's something that's happening in an earlier, you know, like fine lines and wrinkles, maybe something that takes a little while longer to diminish, because obviously, you know, you didn't develop wrinkles in 30 days. They're not going to go away in 30 days, right? But pigmentation, right? Some dark spots, some darkness in the skin, that is definitely something that can be kind of adjusted based on just like the levels of hydration and health in your skin.
Yeah, no, that is amazing. I really appreciate the pictures and just the different transformations, because everybody has a different challenge with their skin. So what I love about that is that the different challenges that are being addressed with the product, with, you know, the specific collagen. PK Odell is saying she really noted the difference in Cody's eyebrows in that area and the difference in there. And we have Amani from Egypt, and she's saying that this is simply amazing information. Thank you for joining us. And Bianca. So just put your questions in the chat, in the comments, if you have any questions. We really want to take advantage of both of these ladies being here and having really all the wealth of information to answer. So Marisa, I want to ask you, have you ever used the product itself, the collagen product, and have you seen results for your own self? And was there, and before you enjoyed this collagen product, did you use anything else? I mean, can you do a comparison? Yeah.
Totally. So I myself personally have been on this product since January 18th. So today is day 65 of this incredible product getting to work in my body. I've noticed a lot of things. What I noticed immediately, and it speaks to what Maggie was talking about, because you are ingesting this product, it is a health benefit product, you know, health overall as well as your skin. So I immediately noticed less inflammation actually in my body. That was the very first thing that I felt in my body. Then I noticed tightness around my midsection and actually my legs. You know, it was interesting to see the skin like firming up in different areas of my body. I also noticed a lot of new regenerated hair growth right away. So full disclosure, I'm getting ready to turn 47. Genetically, all of the males in our family are bald. Females, we start to get a little bit of a receding hairline, a little bit of a bald spot in the back of our head in our family. And, you know, Maggie sees me once a month. My hairdresser sees me, you know, multiple times a month. And we have all noticed, like, you know, this completely filling in, and you can even see the new hair growth that's starting to come in, the baby hairs, right?
Wow.
So the baby hair is starting to fill in, which is great. Eyelashes eyelashes. Those are like something that I did not expect. My eyelashes started to get more full, longer, so a lot of regenerating hair growth all over my body, including places that I probably could stay away from. We'll save that for another episode. But definitely that. I also noticed a difference in my jawline. Okay. And Maggie can speak to that because she does my facials. But I just noticed that it's almost like I got a jaw lift, right? Like and your skin starts to just kind of over time, right? And it started to firm up and, go like that, which was really, really great. And I'm trying to think what else. Oh, the dark circles. That's always a big one for me. Dark circles started to, loosen up a little bit. And the real game changer here for me, Christine, this is the one that really spoke volumes to me. I have forever been a Botox girl. For the last 10 years, I would go and get my injections every 3 to 4 months. Okay. I was scheduled for my 4-month Botox injections February 3rd. I canceled my appointment because I did not feel like I needed it. Wow. So I am now 5.5 months Botox free. So my bank account is excited because I get to spend that money on other things. But to me, that was something that was really defining because it didn't bother me. I didn't have the things starting to return when Botox would normally leave my body. I would get really defined, things here and up here. And it's not like that anymore. So I'm loving that component of it. In terms of, was I using any collagen products prior to this? No, I knew nothing about collagen until January. Okay. I truly was like, what? Why do I want to put this in my body? What I had been doing is I had been on a health journey, for the last 6 years. So I had been fueling my body with proper nutrition, proper nutrients, hydration, and cleansing my body, but I was not supplementing with collagen. So the only thing that has changed since January in my routine is the addition of collagen. And I've noticed all of these benefits. In terms of skincare and topical things, I did start an amazing journey with Maggie about a year or so ago. So I was getting, have been getting regular facials, been using a light stim externally to, help with some collagen production there. And some products, right, for toning out the, my skin tone and lifting some of my dark spots on my skin. But in terms of specific collagen products, no. The only thing I was using was our collagen bone broth, but that was dealing with a totally different type of collagen in the body, which Maggie can talk about as a different type of collagen. So that's it.
Amazing.
Beyond impressed. Yeah.
That's amazing. Impressed. We have a very important question in the comments, and I really want to pose this because I think you both have the answer. I'm going to start with Marisa. Neck and hands.
I didn't talk about that. Yes. I noticed an absolute definite filling in of the lines, and Maggie can speak to it. I mean, look at my neck. I mean, I'll show you my neck, right? But hands in particular. I was also somebody in their 20s and 30s, well, more like 20s, late 30s, Maggie and I were talking about this. I lived in a tanning salon, right? I was constantly in the tanning booth. So what I noticed, and I lived down in Newport Beach. I love sun tanning. What I noticed, the last 5 or so years is it was really starting to show up in my hands, my neck, even my chest. Look at there's not wrinkles on my hands, people. Like this, there it is.
That's great.
Yeah. And I've got some before and after pictures that we'll share with you, too.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Doug is commenting really, and it makes a good point. Everywhere there's skin, there is impact, right? That's the idea. So I want to talk a little bit about men. Do men experience similar results? And really, do men need it as much as women, the collagen? Yeah. Maggie, why don't you take that?
Yeah. So the easy answer is absolutely. Everybody ages, right? Everybody has the loss of collagen, the loss of any kind of nutrients, really. But collagen and elastin, that happens to everybody. As we age, it gets less and less. Now, an interesting thing to say that, how there's kind of that myth that women age worse than men do, right? Men age better. Well, there is actually something to that, right? Because some people would say like, well, yeah, men aren't putting junk on their face their whole life, right? They're not putting makeup on. But the other big thing that we have to remember is that women go through menopause and men do not. Right. So women, we have so much loss of, hydration, loss of, we call it transepidermal water loss. Okay. So much stuff that's happening just because of the hormone changes in our get older. And then ultimately when we go through menopause. So that is why, like we say, oh, men age better and stuff, and women, tend to have a harder time with it. But absolutely, it does affect men as well. I mean, we know that. You can see it in everybody's faces, right? Men definitely have wrinkles. Men definitely have hyperpigmentation, dark spots. Men have redness and acne and scarring and all the things that we deal with that, this product is ultimately helping with. So absolutely, men need it too. Absolutely. Men need skincare, by the way, as well. But this is definitely
huge. We've got some men photographs to show you, in fact.
We do have some men. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's bring those up.
Why don't we put those up? And I just want to, before we go into the photographs, Doug is saying, as a guy, it's really important for his joint health and he feels like he really feels a difference there. Yeah. So
definitely.
So it's nice to have men here who really are, understand the value of taking a supplement like this. And Bianca is saying the product helped reduce the dark spots on her hands and face due to pregnancy. Wow, that is amazing. And I assume Bianca is on this collagen product, I imagine.
Yeah.
Marisha, somebody
Yeah, she lives here in Irvine. Hi, Bianca.
And one more thing that I saw in the chat that I think is really important and I think is a good piece of information to put out there. Manny is asking, does collagen affect skin pigmentation? Some years ago when I took collagen, I got dark spots and was suspecting that affected it or was related. Can you please explain if there are any side effects? That's a great question.
Absolutely. So collagen should not be giving you dark spots. If anything, if you're using a quality product and it is good, it should be the other way around, right? Like Marisa said, it should be, we're seeing a huge change in pigmentation while using this product. So people's pigmentation is going away. It's lessening. It's getting more even. So if you're using a quality collagen product, it should not be giving you dark spots. It may have been something else that was in the product, or it may have been a totally unrelated issue. But this brings up a very good point. So thank you so much, Amani, for bringing this up, because the aspect of side effects or ear issues or anything like that. So my biggest thing with that is, again, it comes down to quality and integrity, right? Like that is why I'm so big on what is in a product, how it's made, the quality of the ingredients and the product itself, because you have to know what you're putting in your body. I'm big with this with everything, essential oils too, right? I'm oils, but it has to be the absolute best top of the best, right? If you're going to be putting it on or in your body. So for me, that's a big piece with a quality product like this. No, there shouldn't be side effects like that. Somebody asked me about allergies once, and that was a good question too. So, the scientists are saying basically that if you are allergic to fish, that you probably shouldn't take it. Now, I will say, for everybody, take that as you will, because for me, what I've known to be true is that there's a lot of times when, like, let's take essential oils, for example. Some people that may be allergic to, let's say, lavender are not allergic to lavender essential oil if it is truly 100% pure and things like that. So that's a big piece of that, is that just because, you may be allergic to it. I mean, if you're going to die if you have fish, maybe don't take the chance. Yeah, Marisa, go for it.
I actually have a shellfish allergy that I developed as an adult. So I was intrigued by this. I was like, oh boy, yeah, is this gonna work for me or not? Absolutely have zero issue taking the product. It's actually made from fish from pollock, right, Maggie? And
pollock, cod, and haddock.
Yeah. So, if you can have salmon and other things like that, you should be absolutely fine. I think it's mostly just shellfish allergies. Yeah.
And again, I would say, again, if you're going to go into anaphylactic shock and die from an allergy, maybe don't take a chance. But for most people, even if you have, like, let's say you get a little rash or an irritation, or maybe your stomach hurts or something, I would say try it and test it, because honestly, a lot of times when we're taking like pieces of something, right? Like we're taking the collagen from the fish. It's not the fish itself.
Right.
Same thing with essential oils, right? It's not the plant itself. A lot of people are allergic to the pollen in the plant or things like that versus the essential oil. So same kind of thing. So yeah, ultimately, if you're using a good, really, really awesome, high quality, high integrity product, no, you should not have side effects.
Right.
Yeah,
and if you're using a product that is backed by a product guarantee, such as this, should you have any sort of allergic reaction, you don't have to worry about that because it's product guaranteed and you'll get your money back. So
I love that. I think that says so much about the company, right? To give you a product guarantee means that they have so much faith in the product, and they stand by it no matter what. I'm going to coin your term, Maggie, the top of the best, the cream of the crop. The top of the best. I love that.
Yes.
I love that.
It's so true too, because it's the same thing for me when I'm out here and I am helping people as their luxury advisor. It has to be the best of the best in all areas.
Right. Absolutely. And I know that you hold yourself to that standard, Marisa, because we've worked together, and I know your brand. So, Manny, I love that she brought up that question. I think it really solidified the idea that it's about the product. The quality of the product is so important, and that a company that stands behind it, guarantees it, really tells you that they really believe in that product and the quality. And I do think that it was I'm happy that she asked that question. Some technical questions. Okay. Marisa, could you explain how the company really ensures the quality of the collagen product that you love and that you offer your clients?
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of points here that I want to discuss and bring home. First of all, to Maggie's point earlier, the fact that they took their time with this product in the development, to me, that's number one. They didn't rush the process. 10 years of science research to really deliver the best of the best for us. I think that is absolutely incredible. If it's not right for the consumer, it's not right for the company. And that is legit they have been operating that way from day one. And the fact that they're 19 years old also speaks volumes. You're not working with a company that just, is fresh off the block, not having gone through the growth and the challenges that companies experience to bring a product like this to market. So I think that is incredible. The sourcing and the bottling, as Maggie was talking about, because this is a liquid product, it will oxidize if it's not bottled properly. And Maggie, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't it bottled in like a second or two?
It's 0.15 seconds. Then it's
0.15 seconds. It's less than a second. So they're truly keeping the integrity of that product, making sure that gets to work in your body. So again, the 19 years of excellence. I also love the fact that this company is so transparent. Okay, they're transparent about the entire process, what led them up to it, all of the science. You can actually follow our lead scientist on Instagram. He does a Facebook Live once a week and ask him any questions on anything related to any of our products, but in particular collagen right now, because it's 8 weeks old. So that's really, really cool. But transparency to the point that, a lot of the shipment, it got held up in the port in LA, right? And it's sitting out there on a container or a ship. And, there was delays in shipping as a result of it. They were 100% transparent about what was going on. And they said, this is what's happening. And we're going to fly some planes in. We're going to do a second run, fly some planes in so we don't delay people any further. So I love the transparency. I love that they have no compromise on their ingredients, every single ingredient. And they do rigorous testing on all of the ingredients. They spend millions of dollars a year to test everything for its cleanliness, its its purity. They're also making sure that there's no pesticides and heavy metals and things like that, right, that are going to damage your body. And then they're doing it in a way that's reducing the carbon footprint. So they are expected to have like 0 carbon footprint by 2028, which is not far away from here. So I love all of that. They have a great give back program and foundation, and they absorb all the administrative costs for that. So 100% of all the donations actually go to the person or the firm or the nonprofit that is requiring the donation. And the fact that they are not a small mom and pop deal, like 26 countries, global, so I think they're just, the right company at the right time. And, they brought a market disruptor.
I mean, I think it's an outstanding list of things that you listed there to really show the credibility of this company. I want to revisit the men's slides because I want the audience to see what the transformations have been for gentlemen. So Rick will put those up in a second. But, this goes to the question that I wanted to ask about. Really, it doesn't matter your age or gender, really. And if we can see those gentlemen's slides, we can actually look at some of those befores and afters. I think he'll probably put them up really quickly here. But tell me a little bit while he's doing that, Maggie. Tell me about age, 20-somethings don't use this, right? Or 30-somethings.
Yeah, good question. So technically the product is meant for 16 and above. That is what the product itself is says in the Science Bite. It says. I like to say that, honestly, that's who should be using it, 16 and above, depending on what you need. Every age group has different things that we need collagen for, that we need products like this for. Think about it like skincare, right? I mean, or nutrition. It's the same thing. We need different things at different times in our lives, for whether it's, we're dealing with acne, hormonal stuff, talk about it in a little bit, whether it's, hydration, redness, like we were seeing in some of those photos, rosacea, whether it's hyperpigmentation and the starting of fine lines and wrinkles. Those are all different age groups, different timelines of when you would be struggling with it. But it can be used for sort of any and all of that, right? And should be. So, aside from like 16 and above, there's really no, barring from of anybody using it. It's just about what you're using it for.
I have people in my family at all different age ranges that are using it, right? So my son, Douglas, who is 18, is using it for acne, right? I have myself, I'm 47. My husband, Doug, is 60. And then my mom is getting ready to hit, 70. And we should have brought her photos today.
I know, I was thinking about that.
Next time, what she's experienced is just mind blowing. So I just love, as with all of the products with this company, how they will work for all stages of your growth and development as a human being, and you can really travel this beautiful road of health, right? And skin nutrition.
And we do have some slides of some before and afters of some scarring and some serious things that the younger people have experienced.
Let's start with the boys. Can we start with the men, Rick? Yeah, perfect. So
Okay, so I'm going to talk about Doyle on the left. So Doyle's my longtime friend. He and I go back 20 years to restaurant days and event days. He lives here on Balboa Island, and those are his 30-day results. And you can just see the reduction in, the fine lines. But look at his eyes. I like to call it the eye lift. We see a lot of that, Maggie. We haven't talked about it either. It's like you get that eye lift and that jawline lift. And I just thought, wow, you can really see it. And also the brightness in his face. The redness is starting to diminish. It's just an incredible before and after. The gentleman on the right, that's Todd Siddons. He's another great friend of mine, 30-day results. And you can really see it in his, in between his eyebrows. Also under his eyes, you can see, the dark circles starting to diminish. I love Todd. And the brightness, again, the eye lift.
The brightness,
The brightness. And
I know. I see the brightness. It's a very marked improvement on brightness for sure.
Yeah, and that's why we call it the glow.
Yeah. Right.
And then we have one other picture.
Slide?
Yep.
Okay.
So this one's interesting because we see a couple things here. We see the Marisa and I were talking about one of the puffiness under his eye, right? You can see right away that has diminished and it's kind of smoothed out and the dark circle is slightly gone. just everything looks a little more even, and also his hairline. You can actually see right up in the kind of receding hairline area that his like it's starting to grow in slightly more. Yeah.
And I also see it in his lips. I see it, you know, the upper lip, it looks a little bit more plump than the day one. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that is definitely a marked difference. You can really see the details and the lines and the coloring. So let's talk about some of the scarring transformations.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So this is an interesting one for me. Like this, of course, as a skin perspective, right? So these pictures, this is the same girl.
Yep. This is Diane Ferrara. She's my girlfriend out on the East Coast.
Yeah. So Diane, you can see, you know, she has this lengthy scar on her back. And you can see in her after that it is diminished. It's slightly shorter now. The edges of it are starting to heal. And then even on her side picture, she's got those kind of multiple scars. The biggest one, obviously the big one that looks very white in the before, is diminishing in the after. And again, you know, I talked about the collagen type 1, you know, it's found in scar tissue. So that's why we're seeing this diminish in scarring. It's actually helping the body heal a long-term scar. And then let's go to the next picture, Rick. And these are awesome too. So these are different lighting. I'm going to say that because I always notice that. But to me, when I was looking at these, even with different lighting, like the gentleman on the left, it's different lighting, but I can still see the reduction in his acne scars. That pitted acne scar on his cheek is so much less prominent. Same with the little slight, you know, line scar, slightly less prominent. And then of course, our person on the right, you know, like very, very aggressive acne scarring on her forehead. With the, you know, the redness and everything. And again, even in different lighting, you can tell that it's still so diminished. The redness is diminished. The pitted, you know, scars themselves are diminished. So the scarring to me is like one of the coolest pieces. Of course, as a skincare professional, as an esthetician, I'm super excited about that piece. Like if it's doing that, if it's healing like that, I mean, sky's the limit.
Oh, it's like a miracle. It's like a miracle product.
Well, you think about what it's doing. That's visible on the outside of your skin. So imagine the healing proproperties that it's doing internally. And that's what really excites me because, you know, people are feeling better. You have to be feeling better.
Yeah. The incredible transformations. I think that, you know, again, that picture of the scarring transformations is incredible. So one technical question again, Marie says, how do you take it? Is it like, because I saw the bottle. So how do you take it?
Super cute bottle, right? And Maggie, do you have a box on you there?
I don't. It's in the house. Sorry. I know.
I have one in my back bedroom. I should have brought it out. They come in a box of 10, gorgeous box of 10. And in fact, I think Rick is going to drop the photo in the comments. So super easy. I mean, this is the easiest product ever because you just twist the cap. I'll show you. Twist it up. Doesn't hurt to take extra. And you take 1 or 2 doses a day. Okay, so cheers. And it tastes so good, like grape juice. And like, that's it. It's always really awesome to put it in the refrigerator. I think it tastes amazing cold. Maggie has a really cute little like spa refrigerator, gorgeous, that she keeps them in, beauty reefer. And that's, you know, that's super fun and glamorous and all the things. So yeah, that's it. You just sip it. You can sip it. I slam it back. So part of me will slam it down.
She'll do that, and I'll tell you. So we like to say, you know, most of the time we're recommending to clients to take 2 a day, either for the first 30 days or until you reach your desired results, right? So if you are somebody who, and I'm going to kind of touch on a few pieces that I wanted to touch on is, you know, if you are somebody who has drastic things you want to change. Let's say lots of fine lines and wrinkles. Maybe you're older and you're just seeing a lot more of that, lots of hyperpigmentation, just like redness, ruddiness, any of that stuff. Then I would say, you know, hit it hard, do it. So let's see the results. If you are maybe somebody who either is a lot young, maybe you don't have as many issues on your skin, you know, that you're visibly seeing, you don't have, maybe you're already using a really great skincare routine. I've said like, you know, we're seeing differences in people's results because, you know, some people were seeing these drastic, amazing 30-day results, right? My guess would be that for a lot of those people, you know, they're not necessarily on a fantastic skincare routine. They're not doing anything right now to really, you know, work towards the health of their skin. So of course we're seeing these incredible, amazing results 30 days in, right? For people like, let's say Marisa and I, okay, although we are different ages, like, we're dealing with different things on our skin. Neither of us are seeing like drastic, like, whoa, the difference, right? In the first 30 days, we didn't see that as much. We felt some differences for sure. And we saw some things. For me, I was going to say earlier, I went and got my hair cut, I don't know, a month ago or something. And when she had my hair parted, it's all wet. It looks horrible. You look rat, but it's all straight down, like wet, slicked against my head. And I looked like a chia pet because I had all these tiny little hairs that were sticking straight up. My whole head's wet, but it's like, beep, 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 beep. Yeah. It's very funny. I'm like, oh,
that is collagen.
Yeah. So all the subtleties, the subtleties that happen. Yep.
Well, so you're seeing, go ahead, Christine.
All those little things add up, right?
That's
and then
right.
you get
Absolutely.
the big results.
Yeah. And so it depends on the time. Like Marisa mentioned already, what we're saying, what scientists are saying in terms of the results is you're going to see results between 30 and 120 days. That's your time frame. So, for some people, like we said, it's going to be drastic right away, 30 days. For other people, it's going to be like, wow, they're seeing really amazing stuff, but it's going to be a little bit longer. So that's what we say. Take 2 a day if you want, for faster results. And then to like, until you reach your desired result, basically, and then 1 a day for maintenance, it's that kind of thing. And, I know you have another question for Marisa, but I wanted to touch on one thing, really quick to go back to kind of Marisa's thing about the company, right? So again, I've talked about how intense I am with my preferences, and what I'm looking into. So I, in my research of collagen, right, have looked into it for the years. And one of the biggest things, the reason I've seen such a difference between this, I talked about the stats of the product, of course, but in comparison to other things on the market, right? There's just, and I'm not lying, I'm not joking when I say there's nothing else like this out there. Like there really isn't. I've looked into everything, I've looked into so many different things. There are, lots of different powdered collagens out there. And that's great. Powdered collagen is not, again, it's not bad for you necessarily, depending on the product, but it's just not as easily absorbed into your body. So one, you have to make sure, the type that you're using is correct, but it's just not going to be as absorbed. That's why you see like powdered collagen with 20 grams of collagen in it, right? Because only a little bit of that is getting into your body. So they have to put a lot more, right, to get it in there. But it's just it's not as bioavailable as a liquid form. But like I said, liquid collagen is very, very fragile. It oxidizes. What we like to say is, if you walk through Costco, right, and you're walking through the detergent aisle, right, with all the laundry detergents, it smells like laundry detergent. But if you walk through the pickle jar aisle, it doesn't smell like pickles because it's glass. Right? Yeah. It's bottled in glass. So glass doesn't oxidize, which is why they bottle it in glass bottles like you see on the screen.
Which I think is a big deal because there's a huge
better for the environment too. It's just all the things.
Recyclable.
I do love their sustainability plan too. I think that's amazing.
Yeah. And the biggest thing too, another big thing is that, again, because it oxidizes, that's why, like Marisa said, it's done in, 0.15 seconds, why it's bottled in 0.15 seconds, because, if it's out, exposed to the air for longer than that, it could oxidize. So they're doing that. And there's other products that are out there on the market that are liquid that are in plastic bottles, and that's just, it's not as good. It's oxidizing. Also, it's in a bigger bottle, right? So you're not getting like a one dosage thing where it's holding the integrity of the product. And the other thing that I wanted to mention is, again, on the types. You guys really have to pay attention when you're looking into stuff, what type it is. There are some other products out there on the market that, it's touting hair, skin, and nails like crazy, right? Beauty, it's all things beauty, hair, skin, and nails. It's so great. It's type 2 collagen, right, which is for joints, right? You might see a slight benefit, but it's probably also from the other stuff that's in it, like hyaluronic acid, which is helpful, but not giving you the same benefit as type 1 collagen. So
that's very comprehensive. You're really answering in a nutshell all the questions that our viewers would have when they are really trying to be selective. But you've done the research for them. You've done all the research for them. And they know that if you recommend something, if I recommend something, that they trust us because we are so detailed about this and so science driven. So I really appreciate all that information. I don't want people to hop off yet because we have a very special gift that one person on here is going to be getting. Ooh. It is, when Marisa told me she's going to be gifting this to somebody, I was like, oh my gosh, that is amazing. Whoever puts in the hashtag youth and shine will get multiple things. Youth and shine, put the hashtag in the comments. You will get a 15-minute strategy session with each of Marisa and Maggie. But that's not all. There is one lucky person who's going to get 60 bottles. Am I right?
60 bottles.
Of the collagen. Marisa's going to send one person a 60-day or a 30-day supply, depending on how much you take, so that you can test it yourself. I think that is so generous. Thank you. Thank you so much. So hashtag youth and shine, put that in the comments right now so that we can pick that one lucky winner who's going to get the 60 bottles. And before, as people are putting that in the chat box, in the comment box, let's wrap up. Let's do our Waist Up Warrior weekly wrap up. And I think I think Maggie, you're going to take that. Give me the overarching takeaway here.
All right. So our overarching takeaway is going to be not all collagen is the same, right? There are different types that do different things, and not all collagen supplements are made equal.
Yes. Not all supplements are created equal. We know that. And there's a flood of things out there on the market. Okay. Give me tips that people can really use right now.
Yep. So our tips, remember, are the different types, type 1, type 2, type 3. They all do different things. If you're looking for beauty, type 1 is the go-to. It's what you want. And remember, marine type collagen is the most like our human collagen. Remember to look at where it's from, right? Whether it's marine, bovine, chicken, all of those things, where it comes from, how it is packaged. Look at that. Check it out. Think about that. Is it plastic? Is it powdered? Is it, in a glass bottle? How is it packaged? And then how bioavailable is it, right?
Or you could just contact Marisa and get her product, because,
or you could just,
we know that this product has all these features, but I love that, it's really important. I love how you're presenting it, Maggie, because it is important for people to understand that watch the show, or really our clients of mine or yours or Marisa's, that, we're here to help them. We are here to elevate their lives. So, and educate them. So if everybody that listened here walked away with just the education and the information, we would feel rewarded, right?
Absolutely.
But on top of that, we actually have the answers, right? So I want to remind everybody.
Makes it easier.
Yes, absolutely. So tools.
Okay. So, obviously we have the collagen elixir, which is amazing. And Rick's going to put the link for you guys if you want to just go and purchase that and get that started. Rick's going to put the link that you can go to order your own beauty bundles of that. But the other thing that I wanted to mention is that, this company has not just this, to call it the collagen trifecta. Okay. We have this, which is our type 1 collagen, right? Everything for beauty. We also have a product for type 2 collagen, which Marisa's going to hold up. And that is what we call our hair. And that has type 2 collagen in it. Also has a lot of other things like tart. Yeah, she's drinking it right now. Like tart cherry and turmeric, things that help with inflammation. So it's really great on a daily basis, for just all things for joint and health in general, but really also
tastes fantastic.
Tastes yummy. And also helpful for post-workout, especially, is really great. And then we have what we call, it's like our third form, which is bone broth. Okay. So a lot of people make their own bone broth, which is fantastic. But collagen bone broth, this one specifically has type 1 collagen peptides and type 3. So it's giving you both. And the other thing, again, it has vitamin C and zinc, which we talked about before. You know why that's important. So those are naturally in those collagen bone broth packets. So makes it easy, does it all for you. Anyways, I wanted to mention those because, like I said, we call it the collagen trifecta. Yes. So you have that link for collagen elixir if you want to look into that.
And you know what, ladies, there is always the opportunity for our viewers to reach out to you. And everybody that put in hashtag Youth and Shine will get 15 minutes with each of you where they can ask their more custom questions and get more educated on this product and about collagen in general and what their challenges are. We have a lot of people who have entered this. We're going to be selecting one random person. We'll announce it on the Facebook page after the show. One of the things I want to mention is that it's really important for me to have this very elevated show that is full of integrity. And I rarely ever promote products, but because I trust these two ladies and I know that their mission and the soul of their businesses is really to elevate other people, I wanted to do this. And I think that it's a fascinating, it's something that I think could help everybody in a different way. So please know that, you know, we are trying to be helpful, but we also are here to educate you and be at your service. So thank you, ladies, for joining me on this journey of doing that and helping elevate all the people we serve. I really have a special place in my heart for women in general, and that they need all the support they can get. And we are, as a team, we are their support. So thank you for being here. And please visit Maggie's link that we put in the chat in the box, and take advantage of those 15-minute strategy sessions, because these ladies, they don't do that very often where they give away their time, but they are doing it for us. And of course, they want to answer all the questions. So thank you for joining us today, ladies. I appreciate you being here. And thank you, Waist Up Wardrobe Nation, for being here and taking part in this conversation. Please join us next week, where we are going to be having another great Waist Up Wardrobe topic. And we're going to share with you more building blocks so that you can dominate from behind the desk, look your best in the camera, and show up as your best in your best image. And so please join us next week, same time, same place, 11:30 Pacific Standard Time, and tell a friend.